Almost $7,000 on a Thursday. Today, CPI report, a lot of action, the market up, the market down. We're going to talk about something. I want to share with you guys one very simple idea here in this video. I'm not going to brag about how much money I made. I'm not going to tell you like, hey, I could get you rich as well. I just want to talk about this little idea, and I think it'll help you. I think it'll help you a lot when it comes to day trading and avoiding the FOMO. Avoid the FOMO, make money, walk away. Let's go. All right, so like I promised, I'm not going to sit here and tell you how good of a trader I am or how you can get rich by buying my course or anything like that. I just want to talk about a very simple idea that I believe will help you avoid FOMO, will help you avoid a lot of kind of the common issues when it comes to chasing the move and things like that. Right now, we're pulling up the ES here. Let's focus on this morning. We had a beautiful setup with breakout over the VWAP. VWAP breakout, we love it. The bounce, it was beautiful. We made money. Obviously, you guys saw my P&L today, almost making $7,000. But let's talk about this. Let's go to the 1 minute chart just to give you a better kind of idea of these breakouts and what we're looking for and all of that fun stuff. So the first move of the day was off of the VWAP. We got this bounce right here off the VWAP. We made money on this push up. The second move of the day, very simple. I want you guys to see exactly how we look at this, right? This breakout above this previous high here from earlier when the CPI report happened. Now, I talked about that 15-minute range on the CPI report needing to either break up to the upside or to the downside there, how important that was, and that's exactly how that played out. Now, we see that we kind of push up this resistance from earlier the CPI, and then we got this pullback, we got the breakout there, and this was a really good setup. I would say like this was, an overall great setup. Second setup of the day, good. First setup of the day, a little bit more risky off the VWAP. Felt pretty good about it. Still two good trades. And then here on this breakout right now, or this breakout right here, we had this push up through the resistance. I ended up not taking this trade actually because I made money on this trade and I made money on this trade, and I was kind of, off. I don't know what I was doing exactly. I was talking about something else on the YouTube live stream, but in general, I just wasn't in love with this setup. It ended up playing out perfectly. It ended up going up 10 points. Now, what you see happens is we push up here to the highs. So the problem is, okay, we had the first setup here. We made money. We made money in the first setup. We know that. Awesome. Money. First setup. Perfect. Second setup. Really good setup. We had the push up. We pulled back. We turned the previous area of resistance here at the 20s into support. We get the push up. Overall, great setup. That third setup just wasn't as convincing. I didn't love it. Wasn't as clean. Whatever. It worked out. It went higher. Beautiful. It happened. But problem is, I didn't take this setup, right? Like I just did not take it. I did not take this setup right here. So that would have been three setups that fit my overall strategy, that fit my overall kind of way of trading, what I'm looking for when it comes to breakouts, the trends, and things like that. This is all stuff we talk about in the Market Flow Trader community, but I'll keep that for the Market Flow Trader community. You can sign up if you want to. It's $500, but either way, let's keep with this in track. Now, FOMO. Why is FOMO so important to understand? What happens here is, okay, I did not take this trade right here. I didn't take it. I know I didn't take it. I obviously talked about it. You're watching this. I did not take this trade. So the market then breaks from the 30s up there to the 44. So a 14-point move up to this point. And guess what? Again, I didn't take this trade. So at that point, I'm like, man, why did I not take this trade? Why did I think this was not a good setup? Why did I not take it? I was a little busy. I didn't love it. I didn't take it. But that's fine. It's totally fine to not take a trade. Like nothing wrong with not taking a trade. Like 100%, you don't have to always take every trade. But the problem here is if I don't take this trade, which is obviously it was a good trade. If I don't take this, why would I take this trade up here? Like why would I take the trade that's even higher? It's even more overextended. Like why would I take this trade? Think about it. Like why would I take the trade after the trade that I didn't want to take? Well, FOMO, right? Like the emotion. Like at that point, it goes up here and I'm like, okay, I'm going to jump in here. I'm going to jump in at 42 because I think it's going to go higher. Like it just went 10 points. I missed out on it. Oh my, I'm jumping in. And you can see here on the 3-minute chart, just looking way too overextended. I did not love it. We had the VWAP all the way down there. And guess what? We pulled back to the VWAP later on. So I told people live on YouTube, I was like, guys, I don't love this setup. Maybe it goes higher. Maybe it doesn't. Who knows? But I would like to see the VWAP get touched first. I want to see something happen, some kind of pullback. We're just too overextended. We had that big move up. I expect a little bit of a pullback here, and that's what we got. But again, guys, I'm talking about the emotions, right? So if I don't take this trade right here, this is a good trade, like the more safe trade. I think it's more safe. Like it's not as safe, but it's more safe than here. Like this trade here, definitely not that safe. This trade, more safe. This trade, really safe. This trade down here, little scary, bouncing off the VWAP, but we still got it. You know, we love the VWAP bounce. So we had, you know, 1 good trade, 2 good trades, 3 good trades. Like how many trades do we normally get per day? Like I would say on average, maybe 2 to 3 good trades per day. At this point, we're on our 4th trade. We didn't take the 3rd trade. So if I make money on the first 2 trades and I skip out on the 3rd good trade, am I going to FOMO into this 4th trade, lose money, give back profits from the first 2 good trades? Or am I going to basically say, hey, look, like if I didn't take this trade, you know, right here, if I didn't take the 3rd trade, well, I'm sure as hell not going to take the 4th trade. Like there's no way that I'm going to chase this, jump in at the top, and then it pulls back, stops me out, and I lose money. Like this is not going to happen because I know that that's just FOMO. That's just emotion. It's nothing more than emotion at that point. Because if I'm not convinced to take the 3rd trade, if I'm not convinced to take this trade right here, well, then why would I be convinced to take this trade right there? Only emotion, right? Only emotion would make me want to take that trade at the top. Nothing else other than emotion would make me want to get in at the top there. It's not because I think it's a better trade. It's not because I think it's going to go higher. It's not because I think there's more power. Nothing, right? There's nothing to it other than the fact of just like FOMO and me wanting to jump in because I missed out on a 10-point move there. That's all it is. Like that's only way to think about it here. We also had this really good move on the ES with a 15-minute breakout. I love this setup right now. This is actually a just remarkable type of setup. So we broke to the upside. This is that 2nd move of the day. And then we got the push above that 15-minute opening range. We push up here. And then this was that 3rd move. So we're above the 15-minute opening range for the first time after the open, obviously 15 minutes there. And then look at that beautiful push. So this really was a good setup here, that 3rd move. I didn't take it, and I'm sure as hell not going to take the 4th move. So if I don't take the 3rd move, why would I take the 4th move, right? Because again, like how many good trade setups do we get per day? You know, on average, 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. You know, maybe 4, but like 2 to 3, pretty good. First 2 trade setups, normally the best. The 3rd, getting a little scary. The 4th, a little scary. So this is something to really think about, the emotions. If we get a breakout, the 15-minute range breakout, okay, it's awesome. Like we love this kind of overall setup right now, the 15-minute range breakout. It was actually like beautiful there. We got the move. And right now we're pulling back here, back below the VWAP. So I think it's a really good lesson for everybody watching this video to keep the emotion out. Do not convince yourself to take a trade after you missed out on a trade. Just because you missed out on the 3rd trade does not mean you should take the 4th trade, my friends. So hopefully this helps you guys and you get a better idea of how to manage those emotions. And if you start thinking like, hey, I didn't take the 3rd trade, right? Like I didn't take the 3rd trade, so maybe I'm going to FOMO into the 4th trade. No, my friends. Stay out of the 4th trade if you don't take the 3rd trade. Think about it like that. 3rd trade, you didn't take it? Well, sure as hell don't take the 4th trade. And there it is. If you guys haven't hit that like button, subscribe button, all the buttons down below, you know what to do. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Fresh Cash Fridays.